Hey guys, this is ggurface and I'll be talking about game number 6 between HuK and MorroW. HuK is spawning as the blue Protoss player in the lower left hand corner, and MorroW is spawning as the red Terran at the upper right hand corner. This game is getting underway, both players are wishing each other good luck, and this is game number 6 in a series of show matches between the two players, and it's very nice that they decided to do this for us because otherwise we might not be able to see them play. One thing that has been on my mind lately is map hackers. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, there are several map hacks readily available for the community if you want to get them, but I'm not suggesting you go and get them, but I'm asking, have you ever met a map hacker who played against you? Because there are several ways to tell whether someone is map hacking you. For instance, if they have no information on your base and there's nothing there to let them give sight of your base, they're actually staring at the fog of war constantly, and whenever you get an expansion, they happen to just look there and there's actually nothing there on their screen but a fog of war. I mean, I've met at least one of these guys. I'm not sure what to do. Is there someone I can send a replay to get some revenge on that guy? But in any event, have you guys ever had this encounter? Because I think it's going to be a prevalent problem as those hacks become more readily available. I personally don't use them, and I think it's a little bit pointless to use map hacks, because if you see the other guy throwing down paper, the HuK actually snipes a SCV that was working on the barracks by MorroW. A little miss micro by MorroW there. And MorroW now saying, I wanted him to die. HuK replies, sure. That's pretty funny. In any event, what do you guys feel about map hackers? I'm not sure, maybe some of you do use them, but I mean, if you're gonna throw down paper and you know the other guy's gonna throw down rock, it kind of makes the game a little bit moot, right? Isn't it? Am I just talking by myself here? Yes, I am. But if you like, please put your thoughts in the comment section, as I do read them constantly. A cybernetics core is going down, and there are no units for HuK just yet, but that probe was able to get a kill on that SCV, and I think the probe did run away, and yes, there he is, that very, very happy probe dancing on the Zelnaga watchtower, and one SCV is in the back of the lines. No probes coming off to try to harass that one SCV, and we do see concussive shells as well as Marauders being produced at the moment. A second barracks going up for MorroW, and HuK is actually only on one gateway currently. Maybe he's thinking about getting a fast tech to something funky. Hopefully, I would love to see some Phoenix or Immortal play if possible. And this unit, this Marauder and this Marine, is just scouting around the base and also the expansion for any proxy pylons. One pylon is by the back rocks, back destructible rocks. It's always good to check on Blistering Sands, as a lot of players do like to enter from the rear entrance. That sounds very, very wrong. In any event, more additional Marines and Marauders currently being produced. A factory has not yet gone down. I think this game is going to be very, very infantry heavy, as he is researching STEM at the moment. Concussive shell was finished at the tech lab. Both players just massing an army at the moment. Only 2 gateways so far for HuK, as he has thrown down a robotics facility and will be getting an observer very, very shortly, as that observer is being chrono boosted at the moment. HuK does spot it with his little hero probe who killed an SCV earlier, that there are incoming forces, and he does retreat inside his base. He only has 3 units. That's insufficient to deal with this. Insufficient minerals, insufficient units, and there is one SCV coming along with this push, and he's going to fall back. Additional SCVs coming in, and one Zealot's going to finish, and he doesn't want to pelt away at this gateway. I think HuK needs to engage. He doesn't want to lose this gateway. The gateway is going to turn into a warp gate. Probes coming off the line to try and help, but they're actually hitting the SCV, not the damage dealers in the back. Probes coming out from the back. Zealot charging in forward. Another Zealot warping in. They're trying to contain this force. Additional reinforcements coming in for MorroW. And if he can throw down a force field here, he does throw down a force field, and he will be able to take down these forces. I think he runs the probes back, and we can see in the units lost tab, MorroW has lost a little bit more than HuK at this encounter, even though HuK was a little bit the underdog for quite a bit there. And we do see additional reinforcements coming in, but I don't think that's going to work out quite so well for MorroW. But he is trying to micro it back. This is a very good way to micro your concussive shell Marauders, as they can do quite a significant bit of damage. We do see that HuK wasn't actually working on his army at the moment. He was focusing entirely on the micro by MorroW, and we do see one Stark going down to the concussive shells, and now MorroW is going to fall back to his base after stemming. Very, very good to stem and run. always great to choose your battles, not let your opponent choose them. Right now, at the moment, there are only 2 gateways and one mobile facility for HuK at the moment, and we do see a bunker going up, fearing maybe a counter push, as that push was not very successful, and we do see a factory as well as additional barracks going up. 2 gas has gone up for both players. Neither player has expanded at the moment. A proxy pylon has gone down at the center of the map for HuK, and now MorroW, like a good player he is checking the back rocks. Maybe he wants to put a supply depot there. Maybe he doesn't. Or maybe just leave 1 marine or some sort of unit there to see and have sight, because HuK does have a nice army out in the middle of the map with some sort of map control. A reactor is going down next to a barracks at the moment, and factory going down, as well as a starport. I think he's going to actually put a reactor on the factory as well. The back destructible rocks are going down, but MorroW does not see that at the moment. He's actually happily building up his troops, and he's going to get in command center, and HuK has not yet expanded. The back rocks are going down at the moment, and 1 marine does come over, and he will get sight of this, and he will see the rocks have fallen. This marine actually staying there, not fearing for his life that any units are coming in. Very interesting there. It's as if both players knew what the other player were going to do, and they decided to read it perfectly and do exactly what they needed to do. This proxy pylon is warping additional units for HuK at the moment, and both the starports and the factory is probably going to scout, and the starport is going to get attached to the reactor so we can pump the medevacs double time, and the factory is going to the back. Very, very good play. We'll be able to check exactly what kind of unit composition that HuK has. HuK sees this factory, and he's going to try to take it down. Are the units coming over? The Marine Morale are not coming over just yet, as he's waiting for additional reinforcements for the factories with the reactor attachment, and now they're might be able to take down this factory, but I don't think he's going to be building from the factory, so I think it's going to be okay for MorroW to lose this factory. He does lose the factory at the moment. Robotics Bay does go down, and maybe we will see some Colossus or a really upgraded observer. How many of you guys actually upgrade your observers? I mean, I don't think I ever spend that extra 100 gas on an upgraded observer that's going to die in 2 seconds from a scan. In any event, we might see an engagement here. Both players thinking about engaging probes, drones, I mean not drones, SCVs, probes and drones. I just pick everything but the correct thing to say. Coming off the line to try to help, but they do fall off and they fall back. Combat shields being researched, as well as a Colossus coming out for HuK at the moment. This one SCV scouting back and forth, trying to get early sight of any enemy incoming. Both players content to just build up their armies. If we take a look at the army count at the moment, 89 to 79, relatively even, 91, but it's relatively even for both players, as both players do have a good amount number of mining units they might consider expanding, and I think HuK heard me say that perhaps. It's like I'm traveling back in time and telling HuK now is a good time to expand. This orbital command has not gone down at the expansion, as he has not sure if he can take on the army. It's always good not to expand sometimes if you're not sure if you're ahead or behind. And this is very careful play by both players, not wanting to engage him. We do see one SCV coming in, and it will again give MorroW exact sight of exactly what HuK has in his unit composition, and he's pulling off some SCVs and he wants to engage. I think this is a very good idea. A scan goes off, 3 medevacs are in the front, he needs to go back a little bit. One SCV come in the front, and now they're going to engage. Very, very good force field in the back, but I'm not sure if he really wants to engage this group. The Colossus do come into play, and wow, tremendous amount of force fields, and now HuK is falling back slightly out of the range of a lot of these units in the back, and these sentries are able to get some free shots on the Marauders as well as the Marines, but a good number of SCVs was able to save a good chunk of the force, and this Colossus might go down. Wow, very good play from MorroW. He picking up his units, dropping them right next to the Colossus, preventing the Colossus from running away, and now I think they should be able to wipe off these number of Zealots if they try to micro the Marines a little bit. Medevacs healing the infantry unit, and he was able to get down his base as well as HuK almost at the same time. But both players right now very, very low on attacking units. HuK with just 1 Stalker and 1 Colossus, whereas, well, I guess MorroW was faring a little bit better, as he did win that battle, and he now will be able to take down this proxy pylon, and he's actually going to fly up there. Very, very nice play. Going to be able to take down that probe that killed the SCV earlier. Now he's able to establish a firm control of the middle. HuK is forced back into his base. A scan does go off. Wow, these players are so good. They scan sees exact composition of what HuK has, and now he's going to build additional Vikings. At the moment, 1 Viking, 1 Stalker being produced at the moment, and we do see two medevacs. These two medevacs are very, very good, as we have seen them drop right next to the Colossus with some infantry, and those were very, very deadly. And now he might be working on the back rocks, as HuK, I think, will be able to catch this, and he does catch it, and he will respawn by